Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Thank you for tuning into this video. Today I'm going to be talking about a secret that only true silver stackers know. Now, I also know from experience how addicting silver can be, especially when you first start stacking. It's your main focus, going on AppMix, looking at all the coins, planning out which ones you want to buy, overspending, usually becoming a little reckless when it comes to the world of precious metals, but I do understand this. It really is important to take the emotional attachment out when making decisions, or else you will end up making impulse and bad decisions, bad purchases. At first, you want to learn how to just buy bullion and lower your dollar per cost average, meaning your overall cost per ounce of silver, by buying coins like, American Eagles, generic rounds, and getting deals like JM Bullion's 10-ounce silver at spot price starter kit, taking advantage of that stuff. Now, when you're going into silver stacking, education, learning as much as you can, that information is also going to go a long way, and you will also be able to not only get free silver, but also stack many more ounces than you would going into it blindly. Knowledge is definitely power in any investment, especially when it comes to an investment like precious metals. Now, also speaking about any investment, this goes along the same lines in regards to pricing or charts or the market. Every market, every investment, the price goes up and down and also has corrections. This is healthy for any type of investment. There has to be buy-offs and there has to be dips, there has to be sell-offs, and a lot of times when there is corrections, a lot of people get panicky and they freak out and they start selling for a loss, because usually when there's a dip or there's a sell-off, that means the price goes down, which means you're selling your silver for less money, when you could be, kind of seeing the bigger picture and becoming more patient. So growing patience and not caring about the day-to-day price is key when investing in precious metals. Stocks and cryptocurrency is different because it's a different and quicker market with a much quicker end game. Stock markets, when you are trading and selling, you can get certain stocks for certain prices, certain times of the day, and that can accumulate up to, whatever the case is. Or cryptocurrency, if Bitcoin's down, you can trade it for Litecoin or Ethereum. That's a different ballpark. You're in a whole different alleyway when it comes to that type of trading and investing. Silver and gold are a much slower, much more time efficient type of investment, where the day-to-day price doesn't matter because you're investing for long term. You're investing because the undervalued potential silver has for the end game farther ahead, 5, 10 years down the line, is where the real value is. So once you understand that, if silver's down $1 a certain day or a couple dollars in a week, you're not panicking, you're not freaking out, because you understand that it's going to go back up, and the end price, the end result is much higher than anything you're looking at today anyways. So once you're purchasing this silver, you do want to budget though, because if people do start buying, or it does start, spiking, these aren't periods that you want to be buying your silver, because you're paying a higher price. Maybe you could be selling a little bit if you want, or trading it for gold, depending on whether the gold to silver ratio is, something you could take advantage of at that time. But it's definitely something you don't want to be making too many decisions on. You want to keep a pulse on the market, but you don't want to overanalyze it with emotional attachment, because that's when decision making comes in, usually impulsively, and it's very risky, and you can make some really bad purchases during this time period. Now, if it's all about making money, then you're going to get what you ask for. It comes around though. Invest only as much as you're willing to lose and or afford, especially when starting out. If you don't have much fiat currency stacked up, I also do recommend that, having a foundation, having a base before you start investing is going to benefit you in several different ways. Let me explain. So let's say I start stacking silver, but I don't really have much money in my bank account, and let's say, rent piles up, or maybe I get fired, or maybe a medical bill comes up. I don't have any money, but I have all this silver. Well, I'm going to end up selling the silver, usually at a loss, because when we're selling out of panic or out of an emergency, we're usually going to have to take the lower dollar at our local coin shop. We don't have time to sit on eBay and let people purchase each coin for the highest profit possible. So you're selling at a loss, and then after that you cover that money, then you're going to have to rebuy the same silver, the same amount of ounces out of your own pocket, and it just puts you behind. And it's just something that I think a lot of people do because they don't, because silver's so addicting. When you see all these unboxings on YouTube of 100-ounce unboxings, or a new coin comes out, you want it right then. But I definitely think patience is key. Patience isn't only key for those reasons, but also a lot of times you can get better prices if you are, able to wait a couple months for the coin to go down. A lot of times when these coins first come out, since there's so much, since it's so popular and since there's so much attention on this coin, these companies can mark the price up a little bit. And then after that wave goes down and the coin is out of the spotlight, sometimes you can get better prices. Now, that's not always the case. Sometimes they appreciate, but you definitely want to, understand. Patience is always virtue, though. If you can learn how to be patient in silver stacking, you're going to be extremely successful. I can almost guarantee that. People who make very panicky decisions and check markets every day is going to be extremely overwhelming, extremely exhausting, and it kind of takes the fun out of it. The whole point of stacking is supposed to be fun and to have financial freedom. And if you aren't achieving any of these, then there's no point to stack in the first place. Buying, this is another point I want to talk about as well. Buying silver that you like is the smartest way to avoid disasters when it comes to stacking. If you buy what you like, you will never go wrong. You're always in the win when you are buying coins that you like, because even if that coin's price goes down, even if it gets a milk spot, no matter what happens, at least you have that coin at the end of the day that you can enjoy. And this is really important. Not saying your entire stack has to be coins like this, but even if you have a couple of just your favorite coins that you're never going to sell that you like, doesn't matter, because you're not going to sell them. What happens to the condition. This is really important because diversification is key, not only for profits, but for yourself as well, and for your stacking journey. Your stacking journey is going to change over time. Right now, you might like bars, but maybe in the future, you might start liking coins. That's how I was. Maybe right now, you're on a constitutional kick. Maybe in a couple of years, you're going to start liking just, buying tubes of American Eagles. Who knows? But your stacking journey is going to adjust, and you're going to adjust as you learn more, and also as your stack blossoms. You're going to start diversifying and reaching to other areas that you normally maybe wouldn't. It's also good to have a portfolio. I know AppMex has a tool where if you can input all your silver, it shows what portion of your stack is bullion, what portion is gold. It also shares your dollar per cost average. It shows how much your total stack is worth, how much you've made since you started stacking, how much all the coins appreciated, what they were when you first purchased them, how much they're worth now. So that's a very, very beneficial key feature I recommend everyone use with AppMex. That's something that I definitely used. I made a video on it a couple weeks ago, maybe a couple months ago, if you guys want to check that out. But you can insert coins you didn't even buy from AppMex into it as well. So it's definitely something that is very fundamental and very valuable. It's also about learning from your mistakes, though. If you can learn from all your bad purchases and know you won't make that mistake again, then every time you're making a bad purchase, it's almost like a win. There's no such thing as bad situations, only room for growth and learning opportunities. And if you can take it that way, and if you can flip it to that perspective, you're going to be an extremely well established, well weathered stacker in a couple years. Like me, I purchased an MS70 2013 Panda from AppMex, and the coin looked like it was in good condition. But when it arrived, there was milk spots on it, so that $60 I paid for that coin was flushed out the door. But now I know to never buy from individual sellers on eBay, especially when it comes to a graded coin that's money, that's worth more money or a higher premium. So I learned from my mistake, and that will never happen again to me because I'm never going to be purchasing from an individual seller, especially with a graded coin. So if you can learn from all your mistakes, then every mistake you have is almost like a little win for you, a little victory. So it's almost, just flipping your perspective, and you can apply that to your actual life as well. Anything that bad happens to you, if you can flip it and turn it into a learning lesson or room for growth or a learning opportunity, then you're always basically, winning in life and succeeding. So that's a great mind state, not only to have for your silver stack, but also for your personal life as well. So I just think that a lot of people do have the right idea with stacking. If you're buying silver, you're obviously doing something right. If you're trying to invest in your future, you're obviously doing something right that most people don't, because a lot of people live paycheck to paycheck and do not know how to budget money or even know what real money is. So I definitely congratulate you guys and respect everyone that's looking into precious metals, even if you haven't started investing yet. I try to make these videos to help people see the bigger picture, try to share my experience and make it more convenient, make it more profitable and easier for you guys, because I know silver stacking can be scary. I know there's so many different ways to invest, so many different types of coins, so many different places to buy from. So I try to make these videos relatable, understandable, and easy to grasp. So after these videos, you're a little bit, more prepared for stacking. But anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure to smash that like button. Subscribe if you are new. I post daily videos, so stay tuned for that. I also posted another video earlier today, so if you guys want to check that out, go make sure to do that. Anyways, this was Silver Slayer. Thanks for tuning in. I will see you guys soon. Peace.